shoulders that were usually
We're live
the
now,
drainage,
just so you know.
the drainage, and the soft shoulders where we're losing it are from rocks that are now sticking up, which I can show you pictures, all the way down to where our culvert, and that's a huge culvert because it was like 3 feet in diameter. It's a big old culvert.
It's before you get to backcountry, right? It's before, yeah.
No, it's just, yeah.
The road kind of dips and goes over a stream and then goes up to backcountry and to where my house is.
Yeah.
So, but, you know, we tried calling him and saying, you know, come and grade the road, needs it. He never responded.
Well, really what it needs is what we call crowning. Crowning a road is when the blade goes into the soft shoulder and digs it out and pulls all the gravel that had ended up being in there over years to the middle of the road. And then the road looks like a crown, so it's kind of a little like this. I mean, you can't really see it, but if you look close, you can see the high point is in the middle, and it levels out to those soft shoulders that become the drainage ditches. So that, from where the rocks stick out all the way up to my driveway, has never been regraded. He's dumped some gravel today, particularly right where that washout was, and it's more of what I see as a temporary fix, because without getting the trenches above that to drain before it gets down to where the culvert is, we're just looking at that happening again. And if he had gotten off the truck and tried to figure out why there was a big hole next to that culvert, he would have seen that a big rock slid down and is now blocking most of the stream. And all he has to do is pull that rock out and put a couple more boulders in there, then that would be a permanent fix. I'm not asking for a total replacement of that culvert because it would be a major expense for the town. It's like a bridge, basically. But I think he can fix the culvert correctly. He's got an emergency repair, which is going to hold till the next heavy rain if he doesn't crown the road. And again, my explanation of crowning is that the blades are the blade on this machine is at an angle, so it goes in deep where the soft shoulder is, and it basically digs out all the growth and all the sand that's built up over the years to be able to let the natural drainage go off the side and into the. Without that, on the lower half of my road particularly, the same thing's going to keep happening, and the road is washing out. You can see washout, and again you can see rocks sticking up. I don't know if you guys are interested. I've brought in pictures.
Were you there when he came down today?
I actually wasn't there. Yeah,
I didn't know if you had a chance to talk to him.
Right. I think Lynn
It might not have been Maya, it might have been Jeff, it might have been Hunter.
Yeah,
right.
He's got other people working
right.
for him. So, I mean, if I was there, I could have shown them exactly. I mean, I've lived there for 50 years, so I know the situation of the road, and that's at a fantastic culvert. If you've seen some of the flooding coming down through the valley, that culvert could take water that was almost about maybe 8 inches shy of the top of the road, and it would take it. Now, if we have a flood, a heavy rain, or the Beaver Dam breaks further upstream, I think we might lose our road right there, because the water can't get through because of this big rock that fell to block it in there and block it. Now, granted, we've had a little more traffic since the ATVs are using our road, and I'm not going to put blame on them. I need to say that it only happened after that heavy rain. That's when we noticed it. So.
And we're living in a time of extremes. Extreme weather, the pond that feeds the stream that runs under our road is the highest it's ever been.
So my thing is, I'd be happy to meet Maya there and discuss a solution, but I don't think there's any way of getting around actually crowning the road, particularly half the road from where the rocks are starting to stick up, down from there, across the stream where the culvert is, and up our hill, to make sure the water stays off and gets into the stream before it hits the bridge part of the stream and then erodes it. So I'd be happy to meet him there. But I think he has to be aware that we're expecting the road to be crowned and the soft shoulders to be ditched out. Not with a backhoe. They have a machine that does that. It's called a grader. You might have seen those big long machines.
Yep, I've seen him use
You've
it.
seen it.
Yeah.
And we've had them on our road before over the years. I
But
don't.
not since Maya's been.
Yeah, I never recall seeing Maya use a grader on our road. He's used the machine with the tongs in the front and thrown dirt, but never regraded and cleaned out the soft shoulders to make them ditches rather than let everything build up. So now you gotta try to imagine, the highest point of the road is the ditches. So the water can't get in, there's no ditch there. It's like, you know the point
It's
I'm
kind of
making.
gullying in the middle. The water's gullying in the road.
Yeah,
rather than
it's going into the road. When it comes down the hill, it's ending up into the road because there's no ditch left. It's just filled in. And as years went on, I used to do certain areas because they were small. Now it's just too big of an area for me to make sure that would be there.
Well,
I did a lot of road work on my road.
What would you like from us? What would you like us to do?
I would like you to ask Maya to meet me and also say that you believe it's time to dig out the soft shoulders with a grader.
Maybe one of you too, not just
I mean,
Maya.
It would probably be best if one of us was able to be there at the same time.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can see it what I'm talking about.
Certainly
And,
in a week I can do it.
I appreciate the fact that he's come down and put some gravel down, but those rocks that are sticking up used to be below the top of the road.
Oh, I believe it. I mean,
Yeah.
that's happening kind of everywhere.
Yeah.
We see rocks sticking up, so. I will get in touch with Maya and we'll go from there,
That sounds great.
okay?
Yep.
Thank you both very
And
much.
you guys have any other questions?
I said thank you.
Oh,
Great, we appreciate it.
You got it?
Yes, sir.
Speaking of roads and winter maintenance, would you, because I know you said you were going to deal with Richard, and,
I didn't call him because he called you.
right, but I mentioned that he would come Thursday, because we have Kayla Lewis coming at 2:30 for the transportation. I have a graduation to go to, an 8th grade graduation, I don't want to miss it.
I don't know.
So, do you, we can, if Kayla's here and I have to leave at 3:30, we won't let her talk beyond 3:30. If you could call Richard and ask him maybe to come in on Monday, because I don't think we have anything scheduled for the 15th, right? Not yet. So,
So that was when I was going to ask Shea Brothers to come in, but I wanted to discuss that tonight. We're having Humphrey come in because of the possibility of him doing both sides.
right,
The Shays are absolutely not interested in that.
right.
So I don't know if there's any sense of meeting with them. Because they don't want to do both, but do we have to meet with them where we're meeting with the other pit?
I would think.
I've talked to him twice,
Okay.
and he doesn't. They said they don't want to transfer past their shop where they are. And can we even meet with them until we reject the bids? This is my first round of bids. I mean, do we have to?
We haven't rejected it yet.
Right.
So,
Right.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, essentially, we're still deciding what we want to do.
Right.
These
So,
are just fact-finding meetings.
Right.
yeah.
So, and he is working with someone else who he was gonna bring with him. So if you can put them on Monday, what time works for you, do you think, Monday?
We'll not be able to be here Monday.
No?
Nope.
Okay. Workshop 4:30 work for you?
Yep.
On Monday? Okay.
I'll call him. And then I'll try to get Shays in too, same day.
Just so we can, verbally.
I just want to make sure before I brought him
FaceTime,
in
touch
that we already
base, yeah.
know he's not going to
Okay,
budge.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just
Oh,
they're
yeah.
very clear that the way they're set up in their
Yeah.
shop.
I mean, that's what their bid looks, right?
Right.
So, yeah.
Right. And the thing is, we can talk about it more at another time, but do we just want to reject all, put it out there again? I don't know, maybe, I think it'd be okay to listen to what Richard has to say. See what he's open to, see what we're open to.
Agreed.
Yep. Let's see. While we have a couple of minutes, do you want to look at any of this monthly items stuff? Were we going to try to spend money on IT before the end of the fiscal year?
No.
Okay.
At least hoping not. I mean, at this point, they're not gonna invoice us until after anyway, so.
Yeah.
And they're 30 days out from starting anyway.
Right.
Jen, I pretty sure I heard correctly that all these items, on optional items on 7, 8, and 9, which are fairly minimal, were just one-time fees, right?
That's what you're talking about right at the end when I got here, right?
Yeah.
The optional items.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah, but if we wanted them at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think at this point, no. Maybe not right off the bat. And he did say stuff like people take maybe, a couple of years to get themselves up where, and,
Right.
you don't like paper copies.
Oh, I've got it right on my computer.
Okay.
I
And I don't need these here, do you want one?
have my computer.
I got it on my phone.
Okay.
Thank you.
Wants to come in. Yeah, we've got the budget meeting in the planning board room, and the gym is being set up for voting, so, because at first I thought, well, do we want to go somewhere else? And I'm like, yeah, no, I guess not. We just
No,
have to
it's
stay
the
here.
only space we have.
Right,
That's budget.
exactly.
Yeah.
We'll stay home. I'm okay with that. And then the lines 3 and 4 under the monthly items were these if approved, which were some of the wireless. You what?
The onboarding is what it is. On page 2.
Yeah, and a lot of it's setting it up so that it can be managed rather than,
Correct.
so they can do it remotely rather than having to come here every time you have a problem.
Yeah, so that's, so we're paying monthly for them to manage it remotely.
Right.
It's a huge price. It's like $1,000, $12,000 a year.
Well, he did say that we could buy our own firewall,
Right, instead of paying
which saves $2,500 a year,
yep.
depending on what we buy, because that also costs us.
I mean, this is not my area of expertise at
No.
all.
I know enough to be dangerous, but not some of the stuff.
It's- The wireless upgrades, one-time items.
Yeah, the way he explained the wireless upgrades when he was here was, right now, Spectrum is the manager for our wireless. And so, as their system goes up and down, they can speed up and down and things like that. Whereas if we have control of it, we can kind of control those pieces and have that good, have that control over it. Sir?
How are you?
Hey, Chris. How are you? I'll give us a few more minutes. Well, you can sit down, you don't have to, you can stay in here. Per device. ITC managed wireless, continual logging and patching, updates, changes per device? I didn't.
That was my big question.
I didn't see that. And we
We
said
talked about it because we counted out the numbers and we thought there was a low number.
8 was a low number, but that's under item number 1 when he says 8 ITC managed workstations, which meant every laptop, desktop in this building. But then if you go, look at
I
three,
think that's iCloud it's Ion Cloud, so it's their cloud version of backup for those workstations.
right, but then go
Yes.
look at line 3, ITC managed switch, continual logging, and then it says per device.
Yeah, there's only one device.
That's their switch that they put in.
Just one.
Yeah. That's pretty, like I have Meraki.
Future need is 3, which is reflected here, and will only hit 3 when all of them are accepted and installed.
That's for the
Oh,
floor
that was for the
access
gym.
points. Yeah.
Right. So he was talking about doing 2. One there,
Yeah,
one here.
Yeah.
And then maybe we want one in the gym as more and more activities occur, or, you
Right.
know, do we want wireless in there? So we could, I mean, it's only $49.17, but for 4, if we don't need 3 right off the bat, because it's certainly something they could add on later, is my guess.
Correct. And back to line 2,
Yeah,
the average firewall is anywhere between $2,500 to $6,000 up front, plus a monthly subscription of $1,000 to $4,000, or an annual subscription. So we're not saving a ton of money by purchasing, if we even save, depending on what we bought.
an annual subscription? And
So
then-
you have to have the device.
Right.
For a municipal grade firewall device. It
Right.
ranges anywhere from $2,000 to $6,000 upfront.
Uh-huh.
And then you need a subscription to maintain it.
Mhm.
It goes anywhere from $1,500 to $6,000.
Mhm.
A year.
Yeah. So we're running anywhere from, this is roughly 3,600, and
Right.
we're gonna eat that up in 2 years, and then a lot of that stuff needs to be replaced in 2 to 4 years.
Right.
So we'd probably be better off sticking with them anyway, since
I
it's all
agree.
under one umbrella.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then it's warranted, and they're gonna service it, and we're not running, full speed it because we're at a dead halt because something stopped working.
Right.
I don't know if number 5 is necessary for all workstations. Maybe only the 3 ladies' desks.
The backup
and
for
norms.
workstations, 8 of those. Yeah, I mean, basically, it's I'm gonna call it the floor computer in that room, right?
I think that floor and the 2 ladies up
And
front.
the 2 staff.
Yep. We could hard drive our stuff in here. I call backup and everything.
Yeah, I mean, planning board has a laptop in there that only is used on the face, really for TV. And we're getting one for Tom, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So all we really could, we could get small hard drives to back up individual stuff.
Well, they're gonna switch everything over to Microsoft anyway, so we'll
And
be
most
able to
everything's
use
already backed up in there.
Microsoft Cloud, so.
So that'll save us $2,500 a year. Or actually, 3,100. We cut that down to 3 stations. The majority of data, like we said, is already backed up. Right.
So change it to 3 stations.
Yeah. The 2 ladies up front, because they have a lot of municipal data there that they work with in financial, and the main computer,
Right.
which drops that to less than half. 1120 a month. Sorry. 1,270 a month. Which is less than half, so that cuts that down to 1,200 a year. Which puts us down between 72 and 7,500 a year. In the age of hacking, I'm really hesitant to how much we want to haggle to protect data.
Oh, I don't want to haggle at all.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's the only thing I would really say that I can see a cut.
Yeah. So he said he was going over towards Province Lake, but of course he said Providence Lake. Because there was an issue with some horses over there? No?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
I don't even know who has horses.
That's what I was thinking, it's got horses, but that's what he said.
Unless he's going to arrest Danielle's donkeys. Someone else one day sent me a text message because, obviously the golf course over there is a lot of hell of activity. He asked me if I knew whose cow was running up the road. And I didn't even know anyone that had cows over there. But there was a cow running up 153.
Well, there.
Still don't know where it went to, but it disappeared.
Jesse was missing one for a while, maybe it went as far as that,
I do think on page 2, the materials needed, the switches and the supports are necessary, and putting in the proper cable runs, especially where we have issues in the past of leaking.
wait a minute, page 2 or
Page,
this?
quote number 2,
Oh, the quote,
4347.
okay.
2085.28. They are giving us a discounted rate.
And those are all one-time.
They're one-time things, but that equipment is, I just paid more than that to get the same equipment put in for my POS systems.
Really?
And much less numbers than what we have here.
So this 2085 would be on top of the
That's that one-time
1863?
upfront
Right.
fee. And this would help erase our connectivity issues.
Yep.
And the minute something comes unconnected, like a printer or anything that's Wi-Fi based or it's reinstalling is why they continually have the same
It's been
problems.
so painful.
It's horrible.
I mean, I can't scan unless I type in my complete email address. That never used to be. Denise was here today working in the planning board room trying to get some things done. No, there's a printer in there, but no, she couldn't use it.
Not enough strength to connect.
Yeah, and there's no, and then the CEO room was like,
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
well, we probably have the most base model that they have out there.
And who knows how old any of that stuff is.
Old.
Right.
That's what I'm guessing, yeah. Especially that printer that is right in the door there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe we should talk about putting that printer out there, making it central more.
We did talk, I think Emily brought that up at one point, like putting it in the hallway, but there's no, well, I guess if we have Wi-Fi, because it's not Wi-Fi, right now it's plugged into the system, but it's possible. It's possible, I don't see why not, so that everybody uses that?
I mean, if he's going to do runs for the Wi-Fi, they can just do a run for the printer.
Oh,
Put it
yeah.
out there too. So
Right,
there's already a hole in the wall where
that would be perfect cover-up,
yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
Just all these little printers we have are so prone to dying.
Oh, and
I mean, I replace
the
ones
ones
every
that are
year,
in the
2
planning
years.
board room and the CEO room, I really need to go, so,
And we give everybody the ability to scan.
Yes. I like it.
But where they're printing things like payroll and other things out of the office, keep their printer in there, so it would just be
Oh, yeah.
the administrative portion on the site.
Yeah, everybody not in the office uses that one out there, so. Coordination, the transfer of services from the previous IT vendor, that would be an interesting conversation to hear.
I don't think there'd be much conversation. I think they'll just have to absorb what data they can. We can't have the conversation, so.
I did see Tammy walk in.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
Where's your IT folder? Do you have all of this information already in there?
Yeah, it's, yeah.
The exact same?
I'm assuming it didn't change from the quote that they gave us earlier.
Okay, all right. Well, why don't you just put my copy in there anyway, so I know where it is, and, Emily is taking all the folders. I'm starting a pile and labeling what they are so that she can start putting them in the file cabinet alphabetically. She's got it taken care of. See if I can't clean up some of my, paperwork here. But, yeah, back to Cliff. We'll just find out, hey,
Hi,
come on
you ready
in.
for us? Can you sit here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Seems like we're always in a different spot.
Well, today we have no choice. This is our select board office.
Right.
Right.
Everything used to always be here until you started having a whole town show up.
Right. Jim is being set up for a vote and for the primaries tomorrow.
Oh.
And the planning board office is being used by the budget committee. So,
Good day.
yeah.
Parsonsville.
Yeah. Did you notice a lot of cars out there maybe, right?
Yeah, I wondered what they were all here for. That's right, tomorrow's the primary.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, she's expecting a big crowd, for sure. So, as a select board, we, we'll go through your application and the licensing facility
Yep.
ordinance. We won't make a decision. We'll talk about what we need to talk about, but the decision will be during our business meeting.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
if you want to
that's-
scoot
that's
back or
what she
anything,
said,
yeah, feel free. But, and can I just say that you have caused just about the most controversy in the town that I've known in years.
I'm
And
proud
yours.
of that.
This is been quite the controversial
Yeah.
subject, yes.
Yes, it has.
Yep. So, I'm going,
Can I clarify, the vote will be in the business meeting following this?
yes,
Okay.
yeah, it's on our agenda.
Because when you said scoot back, I thought, oh, maybe it's a different.
Yeah, no, I didn't know if you wanted to stay for that or,
Oh, yeah.
okay. I have a hard copy of your application here. It's been scanned and sent to us as well, but I've gone through a few times. Application was received in March 3rd. Public hearing was on April 27th. Your license expired on March 17th. Have you gotten another one?
Yeah, I sent you the new.
But that's right,
some time
it's,
ago.
I think it's along with the, okay.
Yeah.
I do have it in
yeah,
the email.
Yeah,
Expires March 18th, 27.
Right.
yeah.
So, I'm looking at section 5, guys, where are you? I don't know, are you on that page as well?
Yep.
Section 5, license required, application procedures, section 5C, going down the line. We have the driver's license. What I do have, or what I'm curious is when you were applying for a license in the village, the building was labeled Procure, and then you changed it to 0. And then, but you still have Procure listed as a business.
Yeah, remember, we had emails about that.
That was my bad. I was just including that as what the store's working name could be, but it's not necessarily a
It's
legal
not,
deed.
yeah,
It's
so
not a
there-
store in Saco, like it says when you come up on the website.
No.
No, and it's nothing you have a license for from the state, even though you
No,
have,
it would be a DBA,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
There was a Procure LLC. Is that still,
This is Procure LTD listing.
LTD, is
Yeah.
that still, did you renew that?
It is still going, but
Okay.
it's not utilized.
Yeah, it's not being used, and if he uses the name Procure, it would be a DBA under 04047. But that's not, he hasn't applied for DBA.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just 04047.
Let's see, we have your state registration approvals. registration for cannabis card. We have a conditional license. We have under 5, number 5, under 5C. 5, the location of the proposed cannabis facility, including a legal description of the property, street address, and phone number. We have, I will say that the question of your proposed division has been really on my mind in terms of your proximity to your other facility. In conversations with our attorney, it is still described as a single lot on our tax maps.
Right.
It is
until
a,
we
hold on,
check
let me
that.
finish. It is a proposed division, and it is, he considers it one lot. The town's ordinance bases the 750-foot buffer on the property lines of the cannabis facility. It's my understanding, based on the information provided, that Lot 7 has not actually been divided, remains as a single property.
But that's not correct.
Yeah, it's been divided.
He's
in.
also, it has not been conveyed to another
It
entity.
is not conveyed.
And he says, and I have it from him, from our attorney, that until it's conveyed, it's considered one lot, that it's only, that it is only a proposed division, and it still remains as one lot, and that your interpretation of real estate on the MRS 237 was misread, and he has checked with the title,
Right.
with a title person, and with their real estate law group.
But it is never conveyed because ownership hasn't changed. There's a
Which means
conveyance
that
only
Chris is still the
happens.
owner.
He is still the owner.
Correct,
but
which
now
means
it's
that-
2 lots.
Yeah, no, he says that is not.
He is wrong.
Yeah.
Let me talk to him, because I mean, he's just wrong.
I will let the two of you talk between
Yeah,
you, but
yeah,
that
we'll
is
talk.
that is
Yeah,
an issue.
And the point is, it's actually not an issue. The point is kind of moot because I don't have another cannabis facility licensed by the town. So yes, that would be an issue for the second cannabis facility license, but it's not right now.
It's considered a cannabis facility.
No, it's not.
No,
No, it's not.
both of those things are incorrect.
Because it is in his personal home. So, and you've been the one who has said many times it's not considered under ordinance a cannabis facility, what he's doing right
And
now.
it's been recorded into 2 separate lots. I could sell one and keep the other, or
Right, but
Vice
you
versa.
haven't yet, and he's,
I don't have
But
to.
you don't have to, he doesn't have,
I'm-
is it Cam?
yeah.
Yeah, let me talk to Cam, because Cam may have misunderstood too, because it's very clear,
Did I forward that to you guys today?
I just thought.
Okay.
as long as he hasn't conveyed it, there is no deed. So that, they say proposed because that's what the surveyor says, but once that's recorded, that creates the 2 lots. So I'll talk to Cam.
Yeah, that's. The recording of a plan depicting a proposed division does not create a new lot. A new lot or property boundary is not created until the proposed lot is conveyed to another individual or entity by deed. To establish a new lot and the legal property line from which the 750-foot buffer can be measured, Mr. Godomsky would need to actually convey the lot to someone other than the
To himself.
owner.
That makes no sense
Such a
whatsoever.
conveyance would be documented by a deed recorded in the registry. Attorney Snow misreads MRSA 33-657, which relates only to the requirement for recording a subdivision plan,
Which is what happened.
subsequently recorded in the property. The town can require as a condition that there be a recorded conveyance of Lot A or B before it recognizes that the Lot B property line is, for purposes of the 750-foot buffer. If it gives you any other comfort, I confirmed this with the chair of our retail estate practice group and one of our title examiners.
Then
I will
will
let
talk
you
with-
argue with,
Yeah,
with
I'll
legal,
talk
but
with
I'm
him.
looking at our
But Chris, if it
legal.
comes down to it, convey it to yourself from the trust or whatever. But let me talk to him.
Yeah, none of that's necessary.
Well, and again, it's
Yeah,
not.
it may
right
be,
now-
Chris.
Right
It may be.
now,
be.
it's not a marijuana
Yeah, I don't
facility
have
anyway.
a cannabis facility license.
A cannabis facility is a medical cannabis caregiver facility,
But
a
you would have,
medical
you would have
cannabis
to grant
testing,
that license and you haven't yet.
or an adult use cannabis products, store use cannabis testing. A medical cannabis caregiver facility, which
That's
is
what
also
he
the
is.
cultivation facility.
But that would mean that
That's
I
the
paid
definition in our ordinance.
I would have had to pay the $500 and gotten that from you guys, and that hasn't been in place yet.
You've been the one saying all along that it's not under the ordinance because it's on his.
Well, I'm saying that he doesn't
Residential property.
require a license from the town, but that doesn't mean it's not a cannabis facility.
This is completely different from what you've been saying.
Yeah, no, I don't, I think that,
It's what.
it's a cannabis facility, but
You've
it's,
been arguing all along that it doesn't apply because.
I'm talking about licensing,
Well,
licensing, but it is
Jen,
still a
This is
facility.
completely different than you've been saying all along.
It's still a cannabis, according to our facility definition in the ordinance, it's still a medical cannabis caregiver facility.
A cannabis facility is something that is licensed by the town to be a cannabis facility, which,
Because I believe the ordinance says that all cannabis facilities must be licensed. Right?
It doesn't mean that there's not a lot of cannabis facilities out there
Right, but-
that aren't licensed.
This,
Yeah.
and this is coming out of the blue because you've been saying all along that his doesn't apply. And now it does.
I'm talking about the licensing that you're requesting for your retail store. And the fact that it's within, is possibly within 750 feet of another cannabis
But it's not.
facility.
Because the other one is not a cannabis facility.
I think
and
we'll
it's
get,
not within 750 feet because it's been separated.
I think we'll get legal clarification on that for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It just surprises me because this is so different from what you said before.
It is.
It's not different. What I said was that your medical grow didn't need to be licensed. It's still a medical.
But we've had this 750 thing before and you said it doesn't, that is, under the ordinance, it's not.
I don't think we've had it about this particular. We dealt with it down in the village because there were definite.
yeah.
But not here. We did not deal with that here with this application.
Chris, would you have an issue conveying the lot to yourself from the trust?
No, I can do
Yeah.
whatever.
Convey it to
That
yourself.
clears up any dispute.
I'm gonna say that solves the 750 part of it too.
But
We can
I
just
just, I heavily disagree with both points you're making, Jim, but we can easily do whatever we need to do.
Chris, we can file a quick claim deed. It doesn't even cost you, there are no taxes, real estate taxes on it because it's going from something that you own to you, so
Yep.
it's simple. I know you don't, you like having your stuff in a trust. But let me talk to Cam.
I don't think it's correct, but.
I don't need to,
Okay, we'll move on. Just going through all of these. A detailed visual depiction of the proposed licensed premises, including building footprint, which we have interior layout. We don't have any interior layout. It's just an empty space. There's no layout of where your cabinets or where your displays are going to be or anything like that. I've heard that there's also a picture of the building, but I can't see that. I still can't see that. It's not in the hard copy, so.
yeah, we said there is one that was submitted.
Okay. So we will definitely need to clear up the issue of the property lines. The other issue is that you don't actually have a building nor a certificate of occupancy.
Well, he's not going to build a building until he knows that he can put a cannabis store here.
I thought you were doing a convenience store as well.
The building is being built for the convenience store, yes.
Yeah.
And then that's what the floor plan depicts.
That's separate.
Yeah, so those would just be conditions of approval.
Right.
Two separate stores.
Yeah. You just do a condition on the Occupancy condition on the fire inspection and a condition on the CEO inspection.
And a condition on to clarify the property. Did you guys have anything you wanted to go through or go over, or?
I know we had questioned about the picture of the building before, but that was the document I was trying to find, which I just found. There's some points and standards. Do you guys have an interior layout?
Yeah, it's in the application.
I mean, there's a floor plan,
It's just a-
but
it's just-
as
yeah,
far
there's no-
as like
Right.
Well, yeah,
what's
it's-
gonna be where,
Oh, okay, you mean you wanna see, oh, we had one that showed where shelves and all that.
I don't think it
It's
really
not a
shows.
I mean, you don't need to show where shelves and things.
No, I think it's just the split, showing the interior split of the two businesses.
Oh, I've seen the interior
Oh. Yeah.
too, but I think with the other applications we've seen, you know, a layout of where displays are gonna be, that kind of
Well,
thing.
there are probably also existing spaces.
yeah.
Where
And
this is, hasn't been built yet.
It wasn't
You haven't thought
specifically
about it,
requested
Think where
to
things
lay
are
out
gonna go, or?
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, the layout shows how the space will be, where the office will be, where restrooms will be. He doesn't know yet
where the counter is going to be, you
Yeah,
know.
and there are no requirements.
It doesn't even
For-
Like I
request
said,
that.
it just says the interior layout with floor space to be occupied by the canvas facility,
Yeah.
which that's what we have.
Yeah. Well, I think you guys are good.
Yeah.
I did all the talking. You're not have any questions or comments, considerations?
I mean, we brought up the one that I had, the only thing that I had was those three conditions. And then the 750 that we talked about. So we've talked about the only ones that I
Okay.
had
All right,
concerns on.
sounds good.
Chris, is there an easement on your property, on your deed? Somebody sent an email concerned about easement.
Which
regarding-
property?
On the one we're discussing today.
No, what that's about is there is an easement that runs along North Road.
Okay,
It's a Department of Transportation easement for the water.
okay.
It doesn't go across his property, it goes along the frontage of North Road. It does, where he's building will not be anywhere
Okay.
near that. Somebody tried to have code enforcement places, a stop order and saying that it was encroaching on an easement, and it's not. The easement runs along the very front of the road.
Have you considered any kind of buffering in terms of along property lines or the front?
There are buffering. All the planning board considered that. And there is buffering.
And the planning board has absolutely no conditions for the store. No, there was no
No,
conditions.
well, I mean, the conditional use.
Right, the conditional use permit with no conditions.
Right,
Right.
but they said that it did have adequate buffering.
Yeah, it's fully
They're like
landscaped,
100-foot woods all the way around,
the perfect
except for
field.
just the store.
Except for the front, right?
Yeah, and there's no requirement for buffering there, it's just buffering for residential uses. And it's a 20 or 25-foot buffer that's required for residential uses, but it's like 100 feet of woods around it.
Am I allowed to speak?
Not
I
at
don't
this
know.
time, Jim, yeah, not at this time. I thought the 25-foot was from the property line in.
No, that's not what it just says a buffer. So there's nothing that says that the buffer has to be on his property, there just has to be a buffer.
I'm just reading this. Buffers and screening apply to commercial structures or uses. No such buildings or uses may be established or abut a residential on and on unless natural vegetation or a landscape buffer strip at least 25 feet wide.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's landscaped for about 150 feet.
So you're considering your property line, where you, did you clear to your property line? Is it-
No, it's short by a few feet, about 10 feet.
It doesn't say though that the buffer for landscaping has to be on his property. It just says that it has to exist.
But
And
even
there are
then,
existing
it
woods
is landscaped.
there.
Between the proposed.
Spent a lot of time landscaping that field. It was forest.
Interesting.
What happens when the neighbor cuts the timber down? There's no
They can do
buffer
that
line.
if they want to. If they don't want a buffer, they don't have to have a buffer.
Amazing, amazing. Your logic is amazing.
To prevent confusion, particularly at night, buffers must be provided along interior roads running parallel to roads exterior to the city. It's not part of your licensing process. Just curious as to that. Okay,
Are you looking at the land use ordinances?
yeah.
Yeah. That would have had to be a planning board condition. They didn't execute that.
That would be site plan review.
Yep, they didn't execute any conditions.
He didn't have a site plan review, just a conditional use permit with them. And even the convenience store doesn't require site plan review.
Correct. The buffer's within the ordinance.
And that would be something that Norm would look at before CO would be into that. Give anything.
Yeah, I did quite a bit of research on that, and it does not have to be on the property, it just has to exist. And even the neighbors at, was it at, Chris? That must be a planning board meeting, where even the neighbors said, yeah, they're, the woods all the way around, we're buffered from it.
Any questions for us before we say we're good?
I don't have it.
Okay. All right. Thanks, guys. We will start our meeting at 6. We have an agenda, so.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
sure. Thanks for coming in and listening to our questions, and we will get some clarification on a few things for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll talk to Cam. And if we can't agree, then we'll figure out something else.
Okay. Like your mug? And a few,
Thanks.
but mine are
Yeah.
much bigger.
Well, you know, I think it actually maybe is from the pandemic when they would deliver margaritas to your house.
In West Virginia, they put homegrown alcohol in those jugs.
There you go.
Moonshine.
Do you realize that if I wanted to cut my timber versus having a buffer, the logic just escapes me altogether. I have to provide a buffer for the snow over there.
I think that's something that you could take up with the CEO and ask him more specifically about what that buffer is.
I think if you cut your, Jim, if you cut your timber on the abutting property, it would force him to put one out before his stores open, but if
not after.
The way the license reads, unfortunately, the way the ordinance reads, it allows for the buffer to be on your
I
property
think
here.
that, I humbly disagree. He's supposed to provide the buffer, not the neighbor. How can you make the neighbor provide buffering for him? That's just absurd. Absolutely absurd. I don't know if you realize it or not, but when they do a soil test, they have to put an elevation reference point on something that won't move. You can't drive a stake in the ground and drive a nail in it because somebody can come along and drive the stake in. The elevation reference point has to stay on something that cannot move. He didn't even have a tree left to put one on. He had to put it on Mr. Berger's property over there. You look at that septic system design and the nail is on Mr. Berger's property.
Okay, we can't talk about individual situations. If there's ordinance violations, then we gotta talk to Norm.
I'm hearing discussion.
We just stopped it.
Just so we
Correct.
couldn't.
Yeah,
Just
we just stopped it.
Imagine that. We got to talk hypothetical from now on, is that the idea?
Yeah, you can't talk about specific applications
Without
without having the applicant present and on the agenda.
When I asked if I could speak, I don't understand the procedure. You said not now.
Not at that time, yeah. Public is allowed to attend a workshop, but it doesn't mean that it's a public meeting where the public can speak unless the select board sets aside a time. And that's, which is why on our agendas we have open to public at the end. So, yeah. Public's allowed to attend, but not to speak with, until the meeting agenda says so. I mean, you can talk about anything you want, but not somebody's application, no.
I stand corrected. I apologize.
Not a problem.
What we would accept or deny from the other. Gonna deny it, okay.
Do you want to handle Aaron, since you were dealing with Ion, with their quote, saying what we do or don't want in terms of the specifics?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I can just email Emily and have her
Okay.
set a time for them to come in,
Mhm.
preferably on a Thursday.
That would be good. Did you guys have time to go through the warrant?
I do.
After we sign it, remind me, I am gonna take a copy for grant reimbursement.
Yep.
Of the, yeah. And at noontime on Friday, I hit submit for the $74,992 for the next grant, so we'll see how that goes.
We haven't heard anything back yet about the declaration of, that we filled out the application for the economic, like the tax benefits.
Opportunity zones?
Yes, opportunity zones.
I've heard absolutely
Because
nothing.
that has to go be issued, decree by the governor, right? Did I read that correctly? They are the ones that make the decision on which ones are actually the opportunity zones
Correct, but I think that we were considered one?
already.
Right, but I've heard nothing since. Have you? No. No.
And I have the planning board's email online on that application.
Okay.
Not the planning board, sorry, the select board, selectmen.
I noticed the warrant, and we'll talk about it. Okay.
For the proposed moratorium ordinance,
Tammy, it's been so controversial that I wanna cover all our bases.
I know,
Okay. You don't even have to talk anymore, it's just,
I'm trying to explain it to us. It's not against him. It's just been so. I understand.
the only piece that we needed to fill in there was the date on number 3. So it says notwithstanding any or any law contrary, regardless of the date of its enactment, this moratorium shall apply retroactively to June 1st, 2026. Isn't it? We decided that was the first meeting. I mean, it doesn't matter because we haven't received any applications.
I think we need to talk about this at the business meeting.
Okay. I mean,
I would prefer to do that, I think.
Yeah.
The reason I left the enactment date blank, I mean, we haven't received any applications. There are other applications. Whatever happens after June 1st would be likely open to perhaps appeal or litigation if we're denied. So,
right. Yeah, I didn't know we hadn't discussed that date. So
correct. And we had talked maybe, but because June 1st was the first time we had mentioned it on the agenda.
Right.
Oh, we do have to sign the warrant, we'll sign that. And what I found out also is that you do not legally, are required to actually put in a motion to adjourn. It's not a legal requirement on any warrant, so, but I left it on since we always do, it's kind of a, you know.
Oh, on the special.
Yeah,
yeah.
right. Nor is it a requirement to put in the paper. As long as it was put on the town website, it was interesting.
Yeah, that surprised me.
Yeah.
Didn't we run into that with some planning board issues before? That the town, that there are sufficient things without the smart shop.
Yes.
But it's something we try to do because it's
Yes,
consistent with
it's
the
like-
behavior of the town.
It's the town,
Yeah.
and this is what we do. It's what most people
But
look at.
legally, we don't have to
Correct,
put the smart
right.
shop, or it can be posted at the post office, it can be posted on the website, or it can be posted here and the hallway.
Right, I mean, if we sign things tonight and put it in the hallway, tomorrow, we could hold it 7 days from then, but because we already said June 18th, we'll stick with that.
And am I reading the emails correctly? We have 3 people that have shown interest in the ZBA.
I have 2. One that I called today, that was Mike Provo.
Yeah.
Provo. I used to work with Mike Provo. And then William Armington, and I've got to get in touch with him to ask them to come in Monday. I was going to have them come in and touch base with us Monday.
Is Mike Grovo different from Mike Atwood?
Yes, that was that was a little bit of a embarrassing situation. Mike Atwood is the guy that Emily talked to about doing an electronic sign.
Oh.
And somehow on her phone, I think she got the numbers mixed up, so I called the I called the sign guy and said, oh, are you interested in the ZBA position? Which he had no idea what I was talking about. I said, is this Mike? And he says, no, I'm Mark. Just kind of,
Okay.
it was like, who's on first? Went back and forth, it was pretty fun, but
So we have 2 people.
we have 2 people,
Plus potentially 2 that he was going to talk to.
those, okay, so.
Or is one of those?
One of those is
Okay.
one of them. Okay, one of those is one of them, but John was, yeah.
Who's on first?
Who's on first, for sure. I asked, I did ask somebody today if they would consider the alternate position for planning board. And with the fact, knowing that it was an appointed position till 2027 is when it can be put back on the ballot, so
Right.
gonna give it some thought.
I talked to someone the other day about a younger gentleman and his wife that live in town about doing the alternate planning board, and he seemed like I might be able to convince him to do it.
Talk to him again.
I would say he seemed open to it, not that I'd be able to convince him. I can actually email him. They had an event at their golf course, that's how I know.
Okay. So one of the candidates is gonna, if we get, Mr. Grovo is gonna come in at 4:30 on Monday. What time did we say for Richard? see if he can come in Monday instead of this Thursday.
Yes, I'm emailing both of them right now. That's
Okay.
what I was looking at.
What time? 5?
I'm gonna say 5 or
That's good,
5:30.
because they probably, for working, they can get out.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good.
And what was the other one? Oh, the resident that reached out about the town land that abuts his property.
That question's come up before, and I didn't respond. I would only say that the town property is not for sale right now. It hasn't been put up for, any kind of auction or sale or anything, so.
That fire situation that's in East Parsonsfield,
Uh-huh.
should I speak with Norm about that, or I mentioned it to you folks about the authority you have under state statute to clean it up in the absence of the property?
The one down the street,
Yeah,
he's contacted us and Norm. He contacted us and Norm about the
okay,
Yeah.
procedures to clean up the property.
okay,
So it is looking
It-
towards
it
a
works.
solution.
thank you.
The potential gravel excavations has been supposedly seen by Norm
Yeah.
a while back, but I think it might be worth his while to check on it again. And did you guys get the email from Jeff Merrill?
Yeah.
Okay. Did that get sent to the CEO? No.
Yes. It did.
From planning to,
And it's a separate email, the same thing up there.
okay,
So,
got it.
So Hob Swamp and Chase Road. I'm sorry, just looking to see what this property actually was.
Well, it's,
So it's a 1 acre corner lot.
I think it's behind, I know that Parsem had talked about it.
do you mind if I call Richard?
No,
I don't know.
you have his number here, I'll reach out. I think Parsem had once upon a time considered buying it as well, but it never turned into anything. So if you look, I don't know that it's really on the corner of Chase unless it's behind the Blazel Levitt house.
It's where Chase and
I know
Hob
it-
Swamp split.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's right on the corner.
Okay, so if you're going,
Triangular piece?
Yeah.
is it on the, which side of Chase? Closer to us or the far side?
It's on the hub.
It's on the north side of Chase.
Right, but which side of Hob Swamp? If you're going down Hob Swamp, is on the left or the right?
It's the point right up, the arrowhead right on the corner.
It's Chase and Hob Swamp come together.
Right.
It's that triangle.
Let me see what you're looking at, because
Give me a call back and confirm. We will
With Chase-
go over the answer this evening, but I will get back to you if you need a different time. Thank you.
So Hob Swamp,
Mhm.
Chase. It's this little tiny little 1 acre triangle.
Right, so it's on the, if you're going down Hob Swamp, it's on the left. Yep, it's on the
Yeah,
left side. It's
it's-
between Chase and
it's
Hob
this.
Swamp. Yep, I biked down there
Yeah.
a lot, so, I mean, Hob Swamp's kind of a cool road.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Parsem was interested in it one time, and like I said, it never, I'm gonna say this was probably about 2.5 years ago. They never, it just never went anywhere. It might be something the town is interested in selling. I don't know where literally where the property is that the person who questioned it.
It's a grandfathered buildable lot, even though it's only an
Nice to
acre.
see you, man.
It's been in existence forever.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, Richard, how are
I
you?
don't know what Parsem was gonna do with it, but.
No.
But the
No
guy,
worries. I
the
was wondering if
the
you could
person that
come back
reached
to us
out
on
is,
Monday at 5.
if you continued the triangle, that's
Yes.
his lot. So it's literally like a
No,
bunch
I
of
guess
land.
some conflict came up, so I'm gonna put you.
Rather than Parsem, which
Does
is
he-
across the road.
Right. does he have a house there?
I don't
Great,
know.
thank you
I
very
don't
much.
think so.
The red house that's down in there belongs to separate people.
Right, right, the Rose Cottage, yeah, because I know the Earlers also own about that. And I think part of Levitt Plantation is down in there, that area as well.
They have a sign up in the town maintenance right at that red house that's down there.
Hmm,
We did a subdivision, 40-acre lot subdivision, 5, 6, or 7 lots way down in there after that red house 40 years ago. There's a couple of houses out in there you might not be aware of. And
or you can't see, I know there's a pretty long drive off of Hobbs Hall.
Yeah, there's not a building on that according to the 25 tax bills.
Yeah,
It's just 11 acres,
Mhm.
11.13 acres.
interesting.
I was able to reach one of the 2 bids, so it's already on the calendar. I know you're not available, but I sent you the request anyway. So everybody had it. It's in your calendar to check. Or email.
5:30?
1 to 5, 1 to 5:30.
Okay. Hey. Oh, Jeff asked if he could pull that roadie out in front of the building and get rid of it.
The what?
The rhododendron that's in the front of the building, he thinks it's really, really ugly. It's not doing well.
It looks like it's dying. We have them as well, of course. That would be sad.
I don't know what happened last year. It wasn't this past winter, but the winter before, like after winter was over, it just never came back. It was like dead on the edges, and I'm like, well, how are you going to do that, Jeff? He's going to cut it down and then maybe pull it out?
He'll make it live.
I mean, it would look
He's-
pretty
he's
with
good at that.
Yep, it would look pretty with the same kind of landscaping that we have, like some small bushes or something like that, kind of modernize it a little bit. But I think if he does that, I'd want to be here. It's Dana Shea, right?
Yes. I put the wrong name.
As far as workshop goes, I think I'm pretty good. Nothing else we need to really run through. I guess just one more time, are you guys okay if at some point that roadie was pulled out? And my fear is that, what it's gonna look like when that happens and what's gonna happen afterwards, so I would want to plan. I would want to plan. All right, guys, we're gonna end our workshop and get ready for our 6 o'clock meeting. There's a comment under here, what backup software are we using now? What's the comment?